Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Paranormal Primetime. I am your host, as always, Jeremy, joined by the faithful Malachi as we enter a new chapter of everybody's favorite paranormal TV show, Supernatural, that is, of course. And what can I say? We finished season 2 last week, so that means we finally get into season 3, which, fucking hey, the seasons get better and better with Supernatural, at least for a while. So
Yeah.
let's yeah, we'll see. My memories are too strong for a lot of shit. So let's get into it, because as always, Malachi gets to start us off with his first episode, with the first episode of the season.
Well, first, I would like to tell everybody Happy Pioneer Day. If you're in one of the states that Pioneer Day is being held tonight,
I don't know what the fuck Pioneer Day is, even, dude.
I think it's like Colorado, Idaho, Utah. It's like their 4th of July. But
uh,
everybody gets a day off like the 4th of July. So Happy Pioneer Day. I didn't have the day off.
oh,
And
are you gonna do what I'm about to do or no?
Ozzy Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I already paid tribute to Ozzy on my music show the other night, the day he died. But Hulk Hogan, and Chuck Mangione, R.I.P.
Chuck Mangione was the third, huh?
The fourth,
Who was
Malcolm
the
Jamal. Malcolm Jamal. Fuck, I'm gonna fuck up his name. The kid who played Theo on Cosby Show died a day before Ozzy.
Oh shit, dude! I didn't even hear about that. We were
No,
waiting for the third. So
no,
fucking Chuck Mangione died right before the King of the Hill reboot.
yeah, I know, right?
Fuck.
I I have a feeling he recorded some lines. I have a feeling, but I mean, it's already made. It's releasing soon, so I'm pretty sure if he's in it still, they recorded with him already before he died. So
Hopefully. Shout
I
out
mean,
Chuck.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's something they could leave out and nobody would really complain too much about it. But
Chuck
he was
Mangione and Theo
Malcolm Jamal Warner. Yeah,
and Theo from Cosby. How the fuck old was he? He was pretty young then, huh?
he
Is
he
he
he,
that
dra-
much older than us?
he drowned. He got caught in a riptide.
Oof. Ah.
And there's
Well,
already been a
sad
lot.
episode this week.
There's been there's been a lot of fucked up memes about it, but yeah.
Was Cosby involved?
No, just people
Not
being
until
idiots.
I get on the internet. Okay.
Uh, I was trying to think of I was commenting on someone's post about it, and I was trying to think of something. I was looking for like a gif or something like with Cosby, like that would relate, or I was trying to find something, but there's like nothing on the internet of them and of the two of them in the same scene anymore. I
Oh,
wonder if
yeah, I guess after Cosby's thing, they probably,
I think they purged a lot. They purged a lot of
yeah.
shit.
But he's back out and free. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it doesn't erase what he did though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Epstein's innocent now.
We'll never
I'm
know.
just, I'm just a dumbass who falls for Democrat ploys. So, stop talking
Mm,
about that, Jeremy. Let's get into this episode.
motherfucker. Yes,
Okay.
go ahead with your episode.
First off, I'm going to say Jeremy and I both had very good episodes. Mine was like on story point. Jeremy's pretty fun episode too. One of my favorites, actually.
Monster, good monster of the week episode. Yeah.
um, so we start off my episode, and there's just a huge recap. You could have probably skipped it, but I mean, it gets you all caught up, right? 2 seasons go by on this recap, and then it just jumps to this dude who's like leaving his house at night, throwing the trash out, and he looks at his neighbor's car and his car, and he's like, what the fuck am I doing wrong with life? He's got this shit car or whatever. And then all of a sudden we hear that or see this huge Harry Potter fucking smoke cloud action happening. And one of these fucking smoke snakes dissipates right in this dude's mouth. and then we sort of fade into a scene of like hundreds or thousands of these Harry Potter smoke snakes fucking going into a city. Then we jump to 1 week later, and Sam's
You
researching. Huh?
you didn't say who wrote and directed it.
I did not. I actually didn't fucking look it up. So fill us in.
It was written by Eric Kripke and Emily McLaughlin and directed by Kim Manners. This one was.
So these are all pretty common names. I know Eric Kripke and Kim Manners are in quite a few of them. But yeah, no, this is a good episode. So after the whole fucking Harry Potter smoke demon disapparition shit, we go a week into the future, and Sam's like researching demonology in his little book there, and then he looks up and he sees Dean pulling quote unquote pulling the electric on a couple of prostitutes, which I don't remember what there was two of them, right? They're the Doublemint twins or something like that. But Bobby calls and tells them that they got to come check this shit out. So Sam goes in to get Dean as he's with the Doublemint twins, and all we hear from Sam is, "Oh God." And then we cut to Dean fucking jumping the Impala, happy as fuck. Sam saying, "Can I borrow your knife? I got to cut my eyeballs out." And then they're saying, "Why'd Bobby want us here?" Well, there's bad crops and a cicada swarm, which actually is a brood. And I did look it up because I did a fucking TikTok on it last year. It's actually the same fucking brood that happened last year so last year we had the 17-year brood and the 13-year brood hit, and it fucking like seemed like some sort of demonic omen, but this shit happens every once in a while. So that cicada brood is actually fucking the Kansas brood 4. So that would, I mean, there's no demons, people. It was a 17-year brood. And then it happened again in the last year in 2024, except last year was when the 17-year brood and the 13-year brood fucking came together at once, which only happens like once every 110 years. I'm getting off topic. But they break into this farmhouse and they hear what I would have thought sounded like porno, but it looked like more of it was a screaming lady on some like 1950s family television show. And they find this fucking husband, the mom, and the son just like shriveled up on a fucking couch watching this TV show. And then they go around, they hear something, they go outside, and Dean gets beat up by this English black couple. And Bobby recognizes who they are. So we've got Isaac and Tamara entering the scene right now. So they're back at their.
Who played Isaac? Because I feel like I've seen him in a lot of shit.
I do feel like I've seen him, but I think I don't know. I just re-uploaded it like a street interview I did, and all I can see is one of the guys' face from that. I cannot.
Oh, he plays Bortus in the Orville.
I've never seen that.
Oh, dude, you should. It's hilarious. It's amazing. But needs to come back. But yeah, he's in complete makeup in the show, so he can't tell it's him. But I recognize his voice. That's what it was.
Oh, in the other show, he's in complete makeup. Okay.
Yeah, he's in complete. Yeah, and oh yeah, and he's been on Shameless and shit. Oh yeah, he was on Shameless as the police officer father of the girl Carl was dating.
I never saw Shameless either.
Dude, you disappoint me.
I don't watch a lot of TV shows. It's hard enough watching these reruns, dude. And then like Home Improvement is my next go-to.
Coming back.
Okay. Home Improvements? What were you saying? Home
Hulu,
Improvements coming back?
Hulu is bringing it back too.
Home Improvement?
Yep. All
All the
I just I just saw an announcement online the other day. Tim Allen's been talking about it for a while.
Mark is my age. Like Randy and
Oh yeah,
fucking Zach
yeah.
would be about to die.
No, it's no. They're not about to die. They're fucking they're in their 40s. It's gonna be
No, I'm
it's
in
gonna
my 40s. They're like pushing 50, dude. Come on now.
it's gonna be like they did with Roseanne and with Full House. Like it's them grown up with kids of their own and
So
shit. Probably.
they're gonna kick Tim Taylor out of the fucking TV show for political beliefs or some angry tweet he makes, huh?
I doubt it, but we'll see.
I loved the Connors until they did that shit. Okay, back to the show here. Jeremy keeps pulling us off topic. Totally not my fault. So we're at
Yeah.
Isaac and Camera's house, and they have a is that their house or are they just there? Because they set up a full apothecary shop. Like they got everything, dude. Just like
It
a
it
room bigger than my garage, full of crazy shit.
my theory. I mean, I have a theory about it. Uh, I'm not sure exactly, but it's. I thought it was the house of the people that were dead. I thought they just took over the house once they got the people out.
No, that was single story, and then they went into
Uh,
that double story house, and like they're in a room as big as this 2-car garage I'm in, and it's just like it kind of looks like the room from The Conjuring where Annabelle's kept, where there's just like all this crazy shit throughout this whole huge ass room. And
I I mean, my theory was it was just like a house that hunters know about that they could stay at.
okay, well this house is fucking hooked up, right? Because they start talking about. Let me get back to this thing here. Palo Santa, and then Sam asks about it, and I guess
I had
this.
some of it at one point.
Did you?
Yeah, the Reiki master I was working with, I told you about when we were doing Global Strangeness. She sent me some for us to burn in the house.
Oh, so you burnt it?
You burn it, yeah. It's you burn it and let like smoke the house to get rid of to calm down spirits.
Okay, so it's got some sort of lore, but in this case, they got Buffy the Vampire Slayer fucking stakes of it, and it's supposed to like stop demons like holy water. So they're bullshitting in this big ass apothecary, and Sam asks how they got started as a couple hunting, and that was not a good move. Whole fucking vibe in the house dies down right there. We'll find out why a little later on. But Dean's talking to the coroner, hitting on the coroner, trying to get information. Dean is just like having the time of his life, hitting on fucking everybody in this episode. And he finds out that the family we saw in the other house that was in front of the TV, they just sat there until they died of dehydration, even though there was a fully stocked fucking fridge and they had running water and everything else. So it's like, and we'll have to talk about that at the end. Like, I don't know which one of these 7, which I should bring up the title of this is the Magnificent 7, but I don't know which one of the 7 would have
I do.
done that.
That's pretty obvious.
Play.
They say it at one point in the middle in the episode.
Well, let us know.
Sloth, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I fucked that up. That was on me, people. Okay. So they're talking about going to solve this case, and Isaac freaks out and he says, "We're not working with the idiots that opened the Devil's Gate." Where his wife, Tamara, says, "Isaac, like you've never made a mistake?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've made a mistake. I locked my keys in the car once. I dyed my laundry pink, but I never fucking opened up the gates of hell." So they're going back and forth. I thought for sure that was a good point. That should have shut the woman up. And then after all the fighting's done, we see this big tree, and out comes this shadowy figure that I was going to name right there, but we're not name. This is a future character coming. We see this
Mm-hmm.
shadowy figure that's sort of spying, and we don't know who this person of interest is. So then we cut to the dude from the beginning that was taking the trash out, and he walks into this department store, and he like touches this girl who's like looking at these shoes, and he says to her, "Those are nice shoes," or whatever, right? And then she fucking goes to the lady who's buying the shoes, asks if she can have them. The lady says, "No, this is the last pair." And then outside, she smashes this lady's face against the windshield till she dies and runs off with the fucking shoes. Um, so now we're back to Dean when they're investigating. Dean is comforting the bereaved. So he's hitting on more chicks. And Bobby comes back. He went and posed as the district attorney, and he tried throwing holy water and everything on this lady and didn't find anything. It's just like this lady really wanted these shoes. So he's got no fucking luck there. That's when Dean spots the security camera and they ID the dude who touched this lady. And we see as Sam, I think he's walking outside at this point. We see future character that shall not be named behind Sam again, and then she disappears. She or he, not giving any hints. Um, Bobby says, okay, so they're stalking this dude they found in the CCTV footage, and they followed him up to a bar. And fucking Sam and Dean want to go in, and Bobby says, "No, no, no, let's hold back." But then they see Isaac and Tamara following him in. So now we're in the fucking bar. I didn't write most of this notes down. So we're in the bar. Tamara and Isaac are in there, and they see the dude who Sam and Dean and Bobby are following too go into the bathroom. They know he's the demon as well. So Isaac steps up and he starts walking into the bathroom, and then that's when another fucking demon confronts him. And that's when they find out that everyone in the fucking bar is a demon. So Sam and Dean and Bobby are trying to bust through the door. They can't do it. And the demons are fucking with Isaac and Tamara. And they make Isaac drink a gallon of, I mean, that looked like a 2 gallon jug of Drano. I've never seen a Drano bottle that big, dude.
Oh, I have.
He downs the whole fucking thing.
Yeah, that's actually one of the most brutal scenes in all Supernatural. Like
It,
that's just
it was,
brutal.
yeah, it was pretty crazy. He starts puking up blood and shit, and then just falls on the floor, and they're like taunting her about what they're gonna do to her. And then the three boys, they crash Bobby's car through the fucking front door. They grab Tamara and they throw another demon into the trunk, and there's Devil Trap up there. They got him kidnapped, and they drive out. So this is when Bobby finds out that the demons aren't just demons. These are the 7 deadly sins, which they do not do a lot of explaining on how that happens. Right? Thousands of demons are released. Like, how do we know these are the 7 deadly sins?
Because that's how because he figures it out because he figures out that Envy was the shoe killing lady, and that Sloth was the one who killed the people in the house.
Okay. So he's still throwing darts in the dark here, but he apparently was right. So this is when Dean makes a "What's in the box" reference, which I thought. I mean,
That's
I
I
love Seven.
haven't finally seen that movie like a year ago for the first time. I finally got that reference. I was like, that's hilarious.
Really?
I never knew what it was. I never knew what if I knew what it was about. I would have watched it a long fucking time ago. But
You can't talk shit about me not watching entire series. Then if you haven't seen Seven, come
I
on
wa-
now.
I always watch a lot more TV than movies.
See, I'm the opposite. Um, so after Dean makes that reference, Bobby has to tune up Tamara. I mean, he's going to town on her, telling her to shut up. Yada, none of that happens. But Bobby does give her a stern talking to, and they're talking to the demon, and they're like, "What do you want?" And the demon's like, "We have what we want. We're finally fucking out." He does the whole "We are Legion" shit from the Bible, and yada yada yada. And then he starts going over them, and he only really hits on Dean and Tamara, but he talks about how they're falling for the same sins as the seven are. That I don't know what is fucking Dean's like lust and whatever, yada yada yada. And then Tamara exercises this dude. Looks kind of scared when he's got to go back to hell. And then this is when Bobby makes the quote that, like, I don't think we're hunting them. I think they're hunting us. And Dean tries to go all fucking kamikaze, like, you guys get out of here. I'll fuck them all up. Don't even worry about it. Because Dean only, I mean, if you don't remember the last episode, Dean sold his soul to save Sam, so he has a year to live. And so now we get into they talk Dean out. They're all getting ready. We're doing fucking Home Alone action right now. We got the prep scene for battle. People are putting holy water in and crucifixes, and it's like the scene from Home Alone before the burglars come. And then all of a sudden, the demons turn on the fight music, which is "I Shall Not Be Moved." Which I thought I knew that song. I didn't. I don't think I've ever heard that song before.
Well, I mean, you also didn't mention during the replay in the beginning they decided to use the amazing "Hell's Bells" by AC/DC to do the first two seasons, which was awesome and
On the
very top.
recap.
Yeah, very topic appropriate.
Okay, so now, yeah, I guess that is topic appropriate. Okay, so after this music kicks on, we've got Isaac walking up to the house, and he's fucking screaming, "Help! Uh, I'm hurt bad. Need help. You left me," to his fucking wife. And then he gets into, "You swore at the lake in Michigan we would never separate, or you'd always help me, or whatever." And then he says, "You let our daughter die." So that's when this bitch is like freaking out. And she opens the door, stabs Isaac. Bobby lures this other dude in, and he's like, the fat, drunk, and stupid demon comes
Sl-
in.
Sloth.
Okay, yeah, so there's the sloth one that killed the family
And,
that I didn't realize.
and Bobby gives an amazing pop culture reference in that moment.
Yeah, yeah, you're fat, drunk, and stupid doesn't. What's the rest of it?
Fat, fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to live through life.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
It
And that's from
it's
Animal House or something?
yeah,
It's
Dean.
from an 80s movie.
It's from Animal House. Dean says it to Flounder when they get in trouble in the one scene.
Okay, so bottom line, fucking Bobby traps this demon, and he's able to exorcise him. And then we see Dean dealing with lust. And it looks like lust like puts the hand on and makes Dean like, now Dean has uncontrollable lust for her, and they're just going on a makeout session while Sam gets three demons to himself, including Pride. Pride's the main demon, right?
Yep.
So uh, Pride's talking, he's going over it, and he's fucking jealous of Sam because he's supposed to be like the king of demons. But now that Yellow Eyes is out of the picture, he's trying to make it sure that like fucking Sam's gonna get a stern talking to. So we cut back to Dean, and he just grabs Lust by the face and puts her in a bathtub with a crucifix. And then we cut back to Sam, where this future character, who shall not be named, starts slashing fucking demons in the neck and saves Sam.
With a very
So
special
now
knife,
that
with a very special knife to be named.
yeah, we'll get into that. Sam, Dean, and Bobby, they're salting and burning the bodies of the dead ones. So the lust girl and the fat, drunk, stupid guy, Lust, they managed to live. So they were exorcised, but the other ones they've got to burn. And then Sam wonders about that knife Jeremy was talking about, like a knife that can kill demons. It's hard to forget like the knife that can kill demons. I know we're only supposed to know about the gun that can kill demons, but later on where it's just like fist fighting demons and shit. Uh, and then Dean, the only thing Dean's wondering about is how a girl could fight better than Sam. So if that's when I think it's Sam that asks if we just defeated the seven deadly sins, or no, it's Bobby. If we just defeated the seven deadly sins, what the fuck else did we let loose, right? That would be my first question. Those
It
are the
was Dean.
first ones you stumble across?
It was Dean who said that, but yeah.
Okay. So then we get Tamara and Bobby are leaving, and Sam asks to go to Louisiana with Dean, and Dean says it's a little early for Mardi Gras. And this is when they start fighting. I mean, I don't even think it registers on the gay meter.
No.
But, Sam's like, how did you feel when dad traded his soul for you? Like, how do you think I feel? And Dean's like, well, I'm fine with it. And then, he goes on to say, hey, I only have a year. Let's just fucking kill shit and let me have as much fun as I can. And I've done enough for this family. Like, I want to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And Sam says, that's hellfire. And he's, whatever. He's got a year to burn. So Dean actually does seem happier now than he does throughout any other season.
Yeah, this is kind of Dean's season of fun, but
Yeah. So
but
the only trivia I have is on that wiki, supernatural wiki, they said this is the first time that three main characters are together, referring to the person who shall not be named. But I would disagree because I think Bobby is a fucking main character, right?
no, he's really not. He's not. He's not in the majority of episodes. Only when they're
I
doing
think
something.
I want to look it up because I think he's in a lot more fucking episodes than Who Shall Not Be Named. But also, like even if he's not in an
Well,
episode, they
only
reference
for
him constantly.
yeah. I mean, he's kind of a main character, but I don't think he ever wanted to be. I don't think the real Jim Beaver ever wanted to be put as a main character. So
Hell, he's the director, writer of the show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I
well,
think he's the main character. But the only other thing I have is that 1589. So they reference this, the Peter Binsfeld's Classificat of Demons. Kind of got the seven demons wrong, I guess, like biblically. They said pride is Lucifer, greed is Mammon, lust is Asmodeus, envy is Leviathan, gluttony is Beelzebub, Wrath is Satan and sloth is Belphegor.
Yep.
So, if
The
you
classic.
study the Talmudic oral traditions of the Talmudic rabbis, let me know.
Or if you just listen to heavy metal and know all this by heart anyway. But yeah, a lot of bands mention this stuff in songs. But uh,
What do you
uh
rate it?
oh yeah, I was gonna say I mm, tough one. I I would honestly give it a 4.5, easy.
I'm giving it a 4.8 because it kicks off like
Man,
the good story.
there. I am being I'm being very careful with what I rate things because there's certain episodes that come up eventually that are gonna be blowing everything else out of the water. So I
Yeah.
gotta I gotta hold my tongue for a while. But uh, well, folks, the second episode of this season is called "Kids Are All Right." A nice little reference there. But and it's written by Sarah Gamble and directed by Phil Segretia. And basically, it starts off with a woman named Dana Keel stepping inside the door of her house, and her ex-husband Richard pulls in the driveway with their daughter Katie, who runs out of the car into her mother's arms, completely frightened. He explains that she begged him to bring her back, and when she asks the kid why she wanted to come back, didn't want to stay with her dad, she says that there are monsters in his house who are scaring her. Later that night, he's doing some woodwork in his garage, building his daughter a rocking horse. And he looks at the clock, which reads 12:55 a.m. He decides to be done for the night. As he's walking in the door, there's something running around the car in the garage that we can see. He shuts off the light, and a power saw flips on. He goes over to the power saw, turns it off, and once again, he goes to turn off the light, and the blade starts running again. He walks back over, and as he turns around, something attacks him from behind the car, making him fall on the blade, flat on his back, and we see him struggling to get up as blood gushes out of his mouth, and he dies on the table.
Which I have a
And
question about at the end.
okay, which and Sam is on the phone in the next scene with Bobby, talking about possible ways to get Dean out of his demon deal, but he hangs up as soon as Dean walks in the room. Dean tells Sam about that. He makes up a horrible lie saying he was ordering pizza when they're already sitting in a restaurant. So yeah, could have thought of a better lie on that one. But
That was funny.
and Dean tells him about the death of a man in Cicero, Indiana, who fell on a power saw. But he confesses that he wants to go visit an old hookup of his named Lisa from 8 years ago. And Sam doesn't really want to, but he eventually gives in and goes. Dean very quickly drops off Sam at a hotel in the area, and he drives into a rich area named Morning Hill. He shows up on Lisa's doorstep, and she's incredibly surprised he's there. After some silence, she tells him that he came at a bad time because they're having a party. Dean says, "I love parties. Let me in." And he
He's
lets
thinking it's like a kick ass
yeah
party.
yeah, and she tell and she tells him it's a party for her son Ben, who's 8 years old. When when Dean sees the kid, he's appalled by how much Ben looks like him. He acts like him, he dresses like him, and he has a love for AC/DC like him. When Dean starts talking to Ben, he finds that Ben's choice of phrases seem odd for an 8-year-old, such as "this moon bounce, it's epic, and it's like hot chick city out here." Basically, young Dean. But back in the house, we see Lisa talking to Dana Keel, the woman whose husband died, and she's telling Lisa she has a bad feeling that Katie isn't Katie. The girl sitting in the next room is not her daughter. Lisa shakes it off and tells her that she's been through a lot and that she's going to get her some help. Dean approaches Lisa and comes right out and asks if Ben is his son, due to the high resemblance and him turning 8. Lisa tells him he's not the father. We go back to
Which
Sam, who's sitting in a local. Oh, go ahead.
we at this point we still don't know, like, is Dean not the father, or is like Dean not the father because she says so, type of
We don't know.
thing. They
We don't
got
know,
that kind of cliffhanger going on.
but we go to Sam, who's sitting at the local diner, and he who should not be named walks in and joins me at the table. He asks her about the knife she had. She doesn't really say much, except it comes in handy when you're tracking down demons. He asks her why she's following him around so much, and she tells him that she's a hunter and she's interested in him because he's the sole survivor of the special psychic kids whom the yellow-eyed demons have plans for. She thinks there still is plans out there for Sam, especially after what the yellow-eyed demon did to Mary and her friends, which leaves Sam very puzzled. She sees that Sam is trying to catch up and that he's just staring blankly. She tells him to go dig into Mary's past and her friends, and then to give her a call and they'll talk again. As soon as she walks out of the diner, Dean calls Sam and informs him that there's a job in this town. Apparently, there were 4 other accidents prior to the guy with the saw that went unreported, and that there's something going on in the community, but the residents can't escape. We flip back to Dana, seeing her wake up on a nap on the couch, and to find Katie sitting next to her watching her sleep. Katie gives Dana a hug, and Dana notices in the mirror that Katie's skin is old, wrinkly, and gray. We see Sam go back to another previous victim's house to try to dig up any clues. He sees 2 small splatters of what appears to be blood in the windowsill of one of the houses. He also notices a strange red mark on the back of the woman's neck. Her daughter stares out the window at both of them very creepily. We go back to seeing Dana give Katie her food later in the night and heads up to the bathroom to inspect something in her neck. She locks herself in, but Katie comes up and is banging on the door in a very horror movie way, screaming for her to be let in. Dana starts freaking out, telling her daughter to hang on, and just at that moment, the doorbell happens to ring, and Katie goes down to answer it. At the same time, we see Dean going to a park in the neighborhood, where he finds Ben sitting on a bench, all sad. Dean goes up to him and asks him what's wrong. He tells him a bully stole his Game Boy and won't give it back. Dean says he'll go get it, but Ben objects, saying, "Only bitches send a grown-up over, and I'm not a bitch." Which Dean is like, "You're right." So he uses this as an opportunity to teach the kid a thing or two. He tells Ben to go over and fight to get his game back. Ben walks over and gives that kid a kick right in the fucking nuts and gets his Game Boy back. But his mother sees it, and Lisa is very pissed when she sees what happened and tells Dean to leave the 2 of them alone and walks off with Ben. But Ben runs back to give Dean a hug before they leave.
Cutest hug.
Yep. Back at Dana's house, her and Katie go and get in the car to get some ice cream. And looking in the rearview mirror, Dana doesn't see Katie but sees the face of a monster. She knows the girl is not her daughter, so she drives the car into a nearby lake, gets out, and lets the car sink to the bottom with Katie inside. Such a Casey Anthony thing to do. And
What? One. I got 2 things here on this part. But first, when fucking Ben gives him the hug, the lady says, "We hooked up for a weekend 9 years ago." So how old is Dean's like 24, right? So
I
he
don't
would
know.
have been like 15 when he hooked up with this girl.
No,
Is this girl older? Like, how did she?
He's not 24. There's no way in hell.
How
In the
old
show,
is
even.
he?
When?
I mean, we're gonna have to do some research on this. Like, did this bitch own the same?
Dean Winchester was born in 1979, January 24th, 1979.
Okay, so 2007. That would have been 27. So he's 28. 9 years. He would have been 19.
Which is
so
legal.
That means this girl, which legal, she apparently owned the same house because he drove his happy ass back to the same town in the same house that this bitch clearly owns.
Well, no, this is a new development, so I doubt that. But I think it's just he looked her up to find out where she lived.
So she's on like MySpace or something.
No, he probably just looked her up in the fucking phone book, dude. This is like 2007. There's still phone books. You can go to yellowpages.com and look people up.
Okay. And then the second part I was going to say with your Casey Anthony thing, girls, if you think your daughter is possessed, just leave. You don't have to drown her in your car, dude. Just leave.
And here's the reason why you don't want to do it anyway. Because Dana gets back to the house and she finds Katie sitting in the kitchen dripping wet. That's why you don't want to do it anyway, because if they're monsters, they're going to come back. But we see Dean go back to the hotel, telling Sam something's wrong with the kids in this town. Sam tells him that there's a changeling in every victim's home, which we covered changelings on Global Strangers at one point, and
Hell yeah, Irish
Changelings.
culture, dude. That's why this is one of my
Changelings are
favorite episodes.
Changelings are actually in a lot of cultures. There are a lot of different European cultures throughout the medieval ages, but that's why you never left your baby untended back then. But and they're also in a very good Christmas movie. A very good Christmas horror movie has
Yeah,
as a
no, no,
whole.
no. It's the one that has like 4 different stories with the
Yeah,
black couple.
yeah.
Yeah, I love
I was
that
gonna
one,
say it.
dude.
Hmm.
Christmas. I'm on my phone. I could look up my voodoo. I'll have it next episode. That's a great Christmas movie.
A Christmas Horror Story.
No,
That's
no,
what it's
no.
called.
A Christmas horror story is the one with Krampus, right? Like,
No, that's called Krampus.
no, 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 no.
Oh well,
Oh, a Christmas. Yeah, Krampus that's the overall theme.
yeah, but it's the movie where William Shatner plays a DJ, a radio DJ throughout the whole movie. He's kind of like
Yes, yes,
he
yes,
ties it all
yes.
together. But
Yeah,
yeah,
that's it.
that's what it is.
No, 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 no. I think that one's actually called Creatures. Look up
maybe.
Creatures.
I know how time
Look up
for this.
Creatures because I think the Changeling one is Creatures.
Uh, Crown. No, there's a lot. There's a lot of movies called Creatures, dude. But
Okay.
but Christmas Horror Story does have a part of it with changelings in it as well. But
I think, yeah, you might be right. I might
because
be
there's
confusing the two.
there's a whole scene where they go to the middle of the woods where they find the
Mm-hmm.
changelings and get their kid back. So yeah,
And there's the
spoilers.
old man.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and William Shatner's radio co-host goes crazy and kills everybody in the mall because he thinks they're zombies.
Zombie elves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's an awesome movie.
it is. But for those who don't know, changelings can mimic children. The typical lore was that they would sneak into houses and take the place of children, and they would keep the children underground, and they would feed off the mothers. That's what they wanted. They wanted to feed off the mothers in the house, and they would kill anybody who got in the way of that. And
Wasn't
but
like
they supposed to always leave a blood stain near the windowsill too. But
was it Whole or Changeling? There was a movie that came out in like 2018 or 20, but that one was pretty good too. I think it might just be
there
called
was
Whole.
there's a movie called Changeling came out in 2008, but I don't know if that's what you're talking about.
No, I think the other one's called Whole.
No, okay, no, that movie in 2008 had Angelina Jolie as a star of it, but anyway, uh, they take the kids and feed the mom, blah blah, and that's why the mothers have red scars on the back of their necks. Usually, they'll feed on the mother for 3 weeks before the mother dies, and then they take the real kids and, like I said, keep them underground so that they don't get caught. And the only way to kill one is by torching them. Which Dean wastes no time at all. He makes a stop back at Lisa's house, and after having a bad feeling, and discovers that Ben has been taken by a changeling, and then he notices the red stains in the windowsill as well. Ben tells his mom to make Dean go away, and she listens, telling Dean, "You heard him." But Dean gets back in the car to tell Sam what he found out, and it says the stains aren't blood, but that he knows where they'll probably find the missing children. They go over to the one vacant home in this whole neighborhood, and they realize the red stains were smudges of red dirt from the construction site. They find all the kids trapped in cages in the basement of the house, and they encounter the mother changeling taking on the form of an adult woman who was the realtor in the neighborhood that we met in the beginning of the episode. Dean gets most of the kids out with the help of Ben through through the basement window. After a while, the mother changeling comes back and fights Sam and Dean. They manage to get out kids of the house, and after getting their asses kicked for a little while, they finally torch the mother to shreds, and it causes all the changeling children to dissipate into thin air when that happens. So you kill the it's like a vampire type thing. You kill the host, and all the victims die or just get healed. But
But Ben stepped up like Dean would have. He
yeah,
was like
yep,
offering his fucking coat and all this shit.
yep.
So Dean's still wondering.
So Dean returns Ben to Lisa, who's of course very happy her son's okay. He tells her about the changelings, he says, "Do you really want to know?" And she obviously did. So he tells her about the changeling. She doesn't really believe him, but she has no really choice but to believe him. And he looks at Ben listening to his music with his headphones on again, and he says, he asks Lisa, he's like, "Are you sure he's not my son?" And she tells Dean that she had a blood test done when Ben was a baby, and he's off the hook. Dean looks a little disappointed because he's going a year left to live, and what's he going to leave behind? But he also, as much as he realizes that Ben is an awesome kid, it's not his life, and he's willing to accept that. Sam, at the end of the episode, we see Sam call over Hugh should not be named, and he tells her that he found out all about his mom's friends and family that were systematically killed off one at a time. She tells Sam that's the work of the yellow-eyed demon covering his tracks. Sam demands that she says who she is, which she keeps refusing. Sam starts to lose his temper, and that's when she finally reveals her black demon eyes. And Sam, realizing she's one of the demons out of the Devil's Gate, reaches into the bag for holy water. She begs him not to, and that he shouldn't be so quick to pull the gun on her. She says she's there to help him. That she doesn't know why the yellow-eyed demon killed all of Mary's friends, but she does know that it has something to do with what the yellow-eyed demon did to him when he was a baby, and that she wants to help him find out what that is. She tells him that if he allows her to help him, there's something in it for him. She can help him save Dean from his deal with the demon. And that's when the episode ends, right there.
Okay, I got two things
nice,
when you're
nice
done.
Nice little cliffhanger. And they also did mention banshees in this episode too. I will say that they mentioned banshees. We don't get to deal with any, but they mentioned banshees, and that's basically. I mean, oh, and yeah, that's what the reference to that title name is. It's a song by the Who. The Kids Are All Right, which also created a better song by The Offspring called "The Kids Aren't All Right."
Okay, so
and I'm sure Scott with his California ways will agree with me with that one.
Fuck the Offspring. They wouldn't let people in unless they got the jibba jab. So, I think Supernatural might have started the culture war.
For what?
Because when Sam finds out that she who shall not be named is a demon, she says, "What, Sam? Are you racist against demons? If we can't be racist against demons, my friend, if we can't be racist against demons, now, come on, that's retarded." But the big thing at the start of this episode, right? We got the girl. She comes home to her mom, and the dad drove her home. And I mean, we don't know. It's a weird looking little girl, but like she's not putting up any signs or anything. But she's at her fucking mom's house, and then the dad goes home and he dies.
Yep.
The little girl is at her mom's house. Who the fuck killed the dad?
Another changeling.
They should have went more into that.
Well,
I know there's multiple, but like, why did they kill the dad?
To get him out of the way so he doesn't suspect anything, so that they can feed off the mothers.
Okay, that makes sense. That was my final gripe.
They say in the episode that they'll kill anything gets in the way of the mother, fathers, babysitters, etc. So,
okay, that holds sway.
What would you rate The Kids Are All Right?
Changeling I like for the Irish heritage, and I really fucking loved the Dean's son thing. I'm giving that one a 4.8 too, dude. Like, double bangers right off the get go.
I would easily give it a 4.3. I mean, I don't think it's as good. I don't think it's as good as The Magnificent Seven, but it's definitely entertaining, and I'm pretty sure we're going to see some of the. I'm pretty sure this isn't Ben and Lisa's only appearance in the show. I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive, but we'll see.
Might not be.
I forget if they come back or not, honestly. But well, folks, there you have it. 2 episodes done as always, and you got a little taste of season 3 so far, and that means that next week we have 2 more episodes getting into season 3 more, and we have we have it looks like 2 Monster of the Week episodes from what I could tell. So
Sweet.
might be
I think season 3 is good all the way through. And
it,
we do have to mention this one is only 16 episodes, so we'll have to figure out what kind of Jeremy said writer strike.
yeah,
Maybe they thought they were getting
I was right.
canceled.
I was right. The 2007 to 8 Writers Guild of America strike limited it to 16 episodes.
Okay, yeah. So for one of the greatest seasons, we're not going to get a bunch of
But
episodes.
I'm pretty sure one of Scott's favorite episodes is coming up too when we get to the December area for this for the episodes. So
Love me some Christmas.
exactly, and I
Pray
think it's
for
the only
Hulk Hogan and Chuck Mangione, people.
because it feels so good to be in heaven. Chuck Mangione would say, but I wish I had that freaking trumpet clip to fucking play here. But
I
all right,
know. We
folks.
need to get sound effects. Come on now.
I ain't that professional at this shit. But we'll see you next week, folks. Have a good week.
Take it easy, everybody.